Says we're live.
It says we're live, and since I'm sitting in this chair, I figure I'll
Your
take
turn.
over the Fana White duties. So, to keep the heat on until we need the air conditioning this afternoon, please donate to ko-fi.com, the blanket fort, and that keeps us in coffee and warmth and coolth and
Frequently all within the same morning.
yes. And speaking of coffee, King Harv's Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com. They have North Texas Troublemakers blend. They have the Raconteur Press blend. Buy
all
coffee.
Sorts of African coffees, which
Oh my
are
gosh.
really nice.
I have been drinking an Ethiopian coffee recently, and it is the good stuff. Strong chocolate notes, which I absolutely love. Anyhow, they're having a sale. They do almost every month have a sale. I haven't looked to see what's on sale yet because I know I'm going to buy something. So
something's on sale. It's
something's
good
on sale. And Among the Leaves Teas, tinyurl.com, Among the Leaves Teas. It's for all your snarky t-shirt needs. And yeah, there's some really interesting ones in here, including ones that we have gotten by personal request. He made one for Dorothy Grant that was cake eating civilian. I decided that I wanted one and was talked into instead getting a cake baking civilian shirt. So that is now my personal shirt, but you too can buy it at Among the Leaves Teas. And if you buy something from one of our can we call them sponsors if they don't actually pay us? Anyhow, whatever they are, just let them know that you came from live at the Blanket Fort.
King Harv sends us free coffee, so yes,
true. They are a sponsor. They are a sponsor. Coffee. And Among the Leaves Teas puts up with our wacky requests so we can get cake baking civilian.
I have a dachshund that has a coffee addiction, and she doesn't need to be drinking coffee. Caffeinated dachshunds are a whole different level of fun.
Oh yes.
So I got a 14-ounce Yeti vat for coffee for Christmas, and it's got a lid. And the only reason I got this thing is for the lid, and she hates that. I tell you, Yeti's a good mug because I set it on the headboard this morning and went to go do business in the bathroom. Here's Kong, and she had gotten frustrated and knocked it off the headboard, and it wasn't leaking.
Oh,
ooh, that was a pissed off little dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those absolutely enormous Stanley mugs. I did not buy it because I wouldn't have paid that amount of money. My son came home from work because he was working at the lumber store at the time and set it on my desk and said, "Don't yell at me. I didn't pay full price. It was on sale." It's a 40-ounce mug. I do not drink coffee out of it.
That might be enough coffee.
I do not drink coffee out of it. I drink water and electrolytes out of that. But a cup with a really good lid is a nice thing to have.
The new Yeti magnetic lids. My biggest frustration with travel lids was the mechanism that lets you slide the lid got furry after after a couple months of drinking coffee. This is just a magnet. It's magnets attached to magnets, and it slides back and forth like it pops. You pull it right off, clean it, put it right back on. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, I have a mug, a travel coffee mug, that nice tall one, and it's skinny enough to fit in most cup holders. I actually bought it as a Valentine's gift for Sanford, but Sanford doesn't really use travel coffee mugs, so I wound up with it anyway. But I love it because the top part completely disassembles. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has one of the twists down, so you can really cork it down so it's not going to spill. But you can completely undo that thing and wash it or throw it in the dishwasher. And it is a great mug. I have winter.
It has a problem. If you fill it with hot coffee straight out of the pot, and you shut it and you set it down and you come back that afternoon,
it's still hot.
It is still too hot to drink.
Still too hot to drink.
I have in the winter taken that thing to work with me, left it in the car, come back out at lunchtime, and it was still after sitting in the winter in a car, it was still very drinkably warm, if not almost too hot.
That's one of my, I won't call it an issue, but one of my things I have to watch out for with the Ethiopian coffees from King Harv's is they're delicate enough I don't add anything to them.
Yeah.
Maybe a little sugar. but they're delicate enough that the evaporated milk and everything else I don't need to add. So I put it in this mug with a little bit of sweetener and and it stays hot for a while. Where with regular coffee, I grab the evaporated milk out of the freezer, glunk it off in there, and it cools it down enough to drink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I usually have a little cream in my coffee, heavy cream, because I'm back to low carb, and also heavy cream is the best. I can't digest milk, so um, but I've actually gotten away from using sweeteners in my coffee at all because the Ethiopian coffee is just lovely. It doesn't need it.
It's delicate. It's very
So-
delicate. If you are a standard American coffee drinker, Ethiopian might be wasted on you for a while. It's when she says it's got notes of chocolate and stuff, she's not kidding. The African coffees tend to be a little more delicate, a little more complex.
Yeah.
The South American, from the land of collectible dictators, tend to be a little more wham coffee.
So we had two. We were testing side by side. We had a Tanzanian coffee and the Ethiopian
I love
coffee.
Tanzania.
The Tanzanian has a bit of acidity to it, and the Ethiopian doesn't. And I like the less acidic. So that's of those two. That's been our choice so far.
We've got a Texas pecan, and the biggest problem with it is you have to know that it's been cooked or brewed, because if you put any sweetener at all in it, you can't drink it.
Right.
It's too sweet. Yeah. But yeah, it's the Texas pecan is one of the few flavored coffees that we get that Sanford does not like.
Fufu coffee.
Yeah, well, Sanford does not like frou-frou coffees. He will drink the Texas pecan. I mean, I have a couple of coffees that are like honey infused, and he's like, "Yep."
The Ethiopian I just finished, like last week, was part of a bag that Greg Rodemar gifted me.
Yeah.
And Ethiopian's good stuff. It is good, but
So the Ethiopian natural that we're currently drinking is $10.98 a pound at Winco in our bulk food section. Somebody said the Ethiopian is good but pricey.
Yeah.
So if you're buying the really top end stuff, yes, it's pricey. I managed to find some really nice stuff, local and fairly inexpensive.
King Harvest. If you catch the Ethiopian on sale, and they do put it on sale every now and then, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Or if you have a friend that will give you a bag of it, that's
it's not as expensive as, say, actual Kona or their geisha coffees. Their geisha coffees are lovely.
But they're worth
it.
They're worth it.
Just out of curiosity, was anybody ever knowingly drank cat butthole coffee?
Nope. I am not going to pay the price just for the novelty of the processing. Let's put it that way.
Wally, phrasing, Wally. Seriously?
Are we still doing phrasing?
Yeah, Wally, quote, I need to grab a couple Africans just for survey purposes. Phrasing, Wally. Speaking of world events,
Cotton or tobacco, Wally?
we weren't going to go there. Context, no. So apparently yesterday, the official Iranian Twitter account decided to announce that the next bullet wouldn't miss Trump. I just have one little thing to say about that. Your supreme leader is starting to look collectible.
I love that. I love the sheer insanity of where we're at now, that we can say stuff like that and it actually means something.
It won't in 10 years, but your Ayatollah is looking a little collectible, guys.
Differs when your heart rate matches the rate of a hummingbird's wing speed. You might have too much coffee in your system.
No, that's when you're just getting about right.
She has drunk 6 K-cups already because there's no accountability in remaking the whole pot.
K-cups.
The little...
K-cups.
No,
but still.
But that's not coffee.
Right. Okay. So Differs is one of the people that's wired backwards. Got it. All right, Differs, carry on.
Wide Awake Coffee Company has a K-cup that's basically, it's the top, but the coffee part's in a mesh bag. Woven cotton mesh bag. And that is the only coffee I can drink out of a Keurig that doesn't taste like alcohol. I mean, it really does.
Yeah,
It tastes
no.
a bit like rubbing alcohol.
I get what you're probably, it's the off gassing of.
You know what this means? I have vanquished the oppressor.
Jonna is muttering by us something that sounds vaguely sword and sorcery esque.
She's been slaying
I have
the.
been in a 4-day battle with my damn printer.
Oh yes, definitely sword and sorcery. A printer was involved.
Yeah, I don't know if it's plastic taste. My taste buds are screwed up, but it has this rubbing alcohol overtone. Any coffee that comes out of a Keurig has a rubbing alcohol overtone. And when I'm desperate, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the few weirdos around here that actually drinks coffee for flavor.
I mean, I'm right there with you. So I used to get Death Wish coffee, hence the Death Wish coffee mug. And Death Wish actually infuses extra caffeine into their coffee.
No kidding.
And it is surprisingly mellow and drinkable black for me. And I am not usually a black coffee drinker. So if you want something that's super caffeinated, Death Wish is, so far as I've been able to tell, it is the way to go. Plus, they make really good coffee mugs. So what can I say?
My chief deputy may or may not be on here. I don't think he's on here right now. My chief deputy had a case of caffeine-infused bottled water sent to his office one time because
Liquid death.
it's not liquid death. It comes in a clear water bottle-looking water.
Yeah,
It's
no, I know what
H2
you're talking
extra,
about.
H2 extra, or something like that.
Okay.
It's
But not H2O2 because that's.
no.
Did he use it to make coffee with?
He didn't. But one of the secretaries grabbed 4 bottles out of his flat of water and went and brewed coffee. And
Lord.
that poor child, she could taste the number 9 for about 3 days.
Oh, that's, I mean, I think I've talked before about how I learned I had to make cold brew, cut half and half with decaf. Otherwise, it's just too much for me. I just can't take it. I am not a young woman anymore, and my heart cannot stand that speed.
She did. She said once she said coffee tasted funny, but she was desperate, so she finished it off anyway.
Oh, no.
Taste the color 9 for about 72 hours.
Well, my favorite coffee has always been greasy spoon coffee, which is
When done right, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have, and Ian doesn't do Sunday breakfast because he works, but the rest of us have 3 Sunday breakfast spots where we go in rotation. And then sometimes I cook at my house when we're wanting something that you can't get at a restaurant, like a Dutch bunny. But,
Shakshuka.
oh, shakshuka. Ooh, I should do that at the next one. I did bear sign, and that went over really well last time. But of those 3 restaurants, 2 of them, Dorothy and I sit down, and whichever one of us is closer to the salt hands the salt to the other one because we just automatically salt our coffee. We don't even taste it. We just salt it because we know.
The reason why Ethiopian coffee these days is the only coffee I can drink without some sort of milk and sugar in it. And it's simply because I've had enough burned coffee from third shift cops and third shift truck stops that the taste of it burns my stomach.
Yeah.
I have to put creamer in my coffee and sweetener just to prevent it from burning my stomach.
So yes, I said Dutch bunny instead of Dutch baby. I think Dutch bunny is the family name for the fluffed up pancake that is like a sweet version of Yorkshire pudding. Popovers are another thing I should make sometime because I've got a popover pan and you can't get those at a restaurant.
Now that I'm thinking about shakshuka, I've got to find a dual-handled skillet, cast iron that's enameled because I don't do tomato stuff in my
in your cast iron unless you need extra iron in your diet for some reason. You shouldn't do tomatoes.
High acid should not go.
Yep. However, if you cannot tolerate taking an iron supplement and you're chronically anemic, then cooking tomatoes in your cast iron actually makes sense because it's a digestible form.
I can taste it.
Yeah, no, I don't care at this point. The chronically anemic is the problem.
I love the dual handle skillets. because I do a lot of stuff with my cookware and the dual handle skillet. One, I don't when I'm bouncing around the kitchen.
Mhm.
Y'all have seen me. Do you think I cook? Do you think I stand still when I'm cooking? Y'all have seen me. When I'm bouncing around the kitchen, I don't hit the handle with my hip.
Yep.
And two, when it goes, a lot of my recipes go from the stovetop into the oven. And I've actually had to cough up a great deal of money because I took my cast iron skillet in the oven, slammed the door, and the window went through the.
Yeah. So I have
Those things are surprisingly expensive to replace, by the way.
I'm not surprised at all. Any kind of weird part like that tends to be expensive. I have a couple of stainless steel skillets that have stainless steel handles that I transfer from the top into the oven, and that's what I usually do shakshuka in because one of my stainless steel skillets is big. But the point about the handle is a good one. I'll keep an eye out, see if I come across something. But yeah,
Rita, if you like cast iron, and I do, Rita has, she uses some all-clad stainless steel. She loves her all-clad. Her all-clad's not bad to cook in. I like my cast iron. And you know what? I am in rural Texas. About every other yard sale, you can get some really good cast iron for about $10.
until it got collectible, that was true. Now
You still can.
You have to look
Yard
for
sales. Now,
True.
if you go,
and if you know how to reseason it, you can pick up a gnarly looking pan and have it sparkly new or shiny new, since they shouldn't sparkle.
Now, if they've gone to the, if they've sent it off to the resale place, they'll jack the prices up to cast iron prices.
Yep.
But if it's grandma that's cleaning out the yard, I've got a crap ton of Le Creuset I paid less than $25 for. Love that stuff.
Yeah, I have. It's fun to watch someone who's never been to my house before do a double take at the cast iron wall in the kitchen.
No, I love that thing.
Because I use it as a decoration, and it is literally like a 5 foot by 8 foot section of wall that we put up tongue and groove boards to support all of my cast iron hanging there.
I didn't realize that was supposed to be decoration. I just thought it was handy.
I use it as a decoration, but it is handy. That's why it's there. That and most, I mean, if you stack it in a cupboard, you inevitably want the skillet that's on the bottom that has all the little skillets piled in it, and then it's a pain to take everything out because you can't lift the whole thing.
It's also a pain in the butt to have to lay a double layer of paper towels in each one before you put the next one.
Yeah, no.
When you stack cast iron, double layer of paper towels in between goes.
Yeah. I really like what we've been doing. And we started this, we moved into a house in Ohio that somebody had already done this with, but just a little section of wall. And we expanded it floor to ceiling because we love the idea, but we have a lot of cast iron. So when we moved into this house down here in Texas, we immediately built the cast iron wall because we needed it. I've got some interesting pieces that are family heirlooms.
I don't have any family heirlooms. I have a crap ton of enameled Le Creuset and Staub that I got from Grandma Frickert, and especially the black enameled Staub. You can't tell the difference. Just clean it and go.
Yeah.
Well, I really like my little sand cast. Inherited it from grandmother, etc. Cornbread skillet.
Yep. Yeah, the cornbread skillet that he has, I took that off the wall and handed it to someone who was admiring the cast iron. And the first reaction was to look at the outside of the pan. So the telltale for cast iron, real cast iron, sand cast, is that it looks like it's got fingertip marks all over the outside because of how they pack the sand down to cast the iron into. So really old cast iron that's been sand cast has what almost looks like hammered marks. And that was the first reaction when I handed them the pan was hammer marks. And I'm like, you can't hammer cast iron. That's from sand casting. And that means that this pan probably pre 1900. So it is an old cast iron pan because they'll last forever.
So I like a dual handle skillet. I like the long handle again for multiple reasons. One, again, you've seen me. I don't stand still in the kitchen either. So when I'm bouncing back and forth, I have caught the long skillet handle with one of Rita's all-clads.
Mm-hmm.
I caught the handle with my hip. I know you're supposed to turn it.
Yeah, see,
I forget.
I was raised from, so I learned how to cook very early and kind of learned how to cook in self-defense because it's not my mom's favorite thing to do. And so I was taught from very, very early around cook stoves and wood cook stoves and wood stoves that if there's a handle on a pan, it goes to the center of the stove. It is never ever pointing out into the room where you can catch it.
I know
So-
this. I've taken cooking classes. Trust me, I know this. I still do it.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, I grab it on the stove, crank up the heat, la la la, bang, and the dachshund goes, whee!
Yeah.
Floor nerves.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I
that's one thing about not currently having a dog is we no longer have the cleanup crew. When you
Rita.
accidentally drop a thing.
Rita, who knows me very well, got me a 13 or 14-inch Lodge dual-handled cast iron skillet, not enameled. I friggin' love that thing. I
Mhm.
can cook just about anything in there. It's not shakshuka. Shakshuka, for those of you who don't know, shakshuka is a tomato. It's a spiced tomato sauce, and you make little divots. Drop your eggs in an
You're
egg in
essentially
each divot.
poaching your egg in tomato sauce.
Lid on and let it poach.
Mm-hmm.
And shakshuka is so good.
Yep.
Um,
No, it's lovely and it's actually low-ish carb, so even when I'm dieting, I can have it. So that's going to happen soon.
I do
So-
a cheating.
Well, as long as you make turnovers for dessert.
I do a cheating shakshuka using a jar of paste pecani sauce. Paste pecani sauce, a couple of cans of canned diced tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and then there's enough room for about three.
I have
eggs.
done it with Rotel and a little tomato paste to
Mhm.
thicken it up.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a number of different ways to do that kind of dish. And like so many
It's
other
so good.
recipes, there's no one way to do it.
No.
It's basically you can do it different every time, and it's probably still going to be good unless you go really off the wall.
I am very suspicious of any recipe that's only got one way of doing it. That there's a bit of foo-foo to there's only one way to do this. It's like Cajun food. Got in a big argument with somebody on somebody else's Facebook wall, which I typically don't do unless I'm invited in, Larry. Unless I'm invited, I'm a hired gun, come in.
Mhm.
But there's this Cajun girl, and she does cooking videos, and she catches so much cornbread hell from Cajun cooks who keep telling her she can't do that.
Okay. So here's the thing about commentators on the internet. They're usually wrong, but they're never in doubt.
Right. Thing about Cajun food, like my grandmother said, Cajun food is how you fed a family of 12 on $3 a week and whatever daddy could get on the way home.
Hold up. Jesse, you made shakshuka in the air fryer?
What?
I'm going to wait for him to answer now. Yes, baking is different. There are a few things that you must do certain ways in baking, and there are good scientific reasons for them. That being said, there's actually a lot more leeway in baking than most people realize. And so I have alarmed poor Sanford because I will bake bread by feel, not by measuring anything.
Don't you burn your fingers?
Occasionally, yes, because I look at where the skin is peeling off. But as I'm making the dough, it feels right because I've been doing this for 40 years now. And so I don't need to reference a recipe when I'm making certain things because, first of all, it's in my head. I've done it so many times. I've got it memorized.
Me and chili.
Right. And second of all, you feel it because the water content in the air will affect how much flour you need to add on any given day. So it's something that you have to be able to know it well enough that if you don't want to strictly follow a recipe every time and weigh out your ingredients, because that's a thing you should be doing when you're learning how to bake. But cooking is different than baking.
Mise en place is quite honestly mise en place, which is
Aha. Jesse says silicone egg cups with tomato stuff on bottom and an egg on top. Okay, I see it.
We do not need silicone egg cups.
We have silicone egg cups. Well, silicone cupcake holders, same thing. Our air fryer was under constant use when the teenagers were in the
I
house.
noticed that.
The air fryer was the thing because chicken nugs and fries. So since the teenager is no longer a teenager and has also moved out for almost 2 years now, the air fryer has been exiled to the garage. I own one. I haven't used one in 2 years.
I think we've got an air fryer. We have an air fryer somewhere.
Well, we've owned one for 5 years, and I haven't used one in 5 years.
That's because the teenagers had it under so much use, we couldn't get an edge in.
I understand that air fryer is the best way to cook dino nuggies, and there are times when I want dino nuggies. We've got a convection fan oven, little bitty.
Toaster oven.
Yeah, it's not quite a toaster oven.
I didn't pay for a toaster oven. Trust me, this is a this is some big. The chefs love this thing. It's about that big. It's a air convection oven.
Yep.
It makes pretty good dino nuggies. I'm given to understand the air fryer does better, and one of these days I'll actually find the air fryer.
So an air fryer is essentially a convection oven, because you've got a bunch of fan movement in there and superheated air. So you can get close. It's just a little bit more concentrated and intense in. Dino nuggies are chicken nuggets cut into the shape of dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's there's used to be one specific brand, and they made it Dino Nuggies. They got little T-Rexes, rah, and Brontosauruses and the whole 9 yards. So now I think there's two. But when they shred up their chicken to make the Dino Nuggies, they add crack because Dino Nuggies are just they're good.
I mean, my kids loved them. They wanted the chicken tenders, the chicken strips more as they got older. But nuggies were the thing. Dino nuggies are the gold standard if you're going to eat nuggets. So,
well, until they met me, they wanted chicken nuggets when they came to live with us, and I introduced them to chicken nuggets Sanford style. Went to a place called Lee's Famous Recipe Fried Chicken.
Okay.
They sell gizzards by the pint.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds like it's a good start.
Oh yeah. You have to specify that you want gizzards because otherwise they give you gizzards and livers mixed. And if you don't like chicken liver, this is a bad thing.
Gizzards, yes.
Gizzards are yes. See, I remember when I was a kid, my dad
flavored chewing gum.
Yes. Dad would take us to this roadside fried chicken stand. I remember it as basically being a shack with a couple of picnic tables out front.
The best kind.
Yeah. And we would always get gizzards. Now, probably that was because they were cheap and he didn't have any money because he poor military salary. But I loved those and could never find them until I went to Ohio and he took me to Lee's and introduced me to their gizzards. And then it was like childhood revisited. These are wonderful.
Chicken livers are great for catching catfish, which you then fillet out and cook. The only thing you use chicken liver. If I have a chicken liver, we're going to the lake. I'm not eating that thing.
And unfortunately, we don't have Lee's here in Texas. And I recently bought chicken gizzards, Tyson's brand, I will name and shame. I bought chicken gizzards at the store to make my own fried chicken gizzards, and they had not been properly butchered.
Oh,
gizzards have a lining that tastes like stomach acid and is also extremely chewy. I mean, we're talking beyond chewing gum. It's like chewing a piece of rubber. And it had not been properly cleaned. I had to go through and they had been, I think, mechanically separated, so they were pulverized. It was a pain in the tush, and I was very displeased, and I will never buy the Tyson brand chicken gizzards. Yes, Winco has properly butchered chicken gizzards.
Oh, nice.
So, yes, I was thrilled to see those. My
I need-
husband is putting his hand on mine right now.
I need to do some chicken hearts again.
I haven't seen chicken hearts recently. You might be able to get them if you ask. So,
I
and
remember
not to chase you off,
Oh,
but you have a time obligation.
Um,
So,
Before I go, Kelly Grayson got his first knee replaced, and looks like he's going to have to sue his disability providers. So
yeah.
him going to need money.
Yeah, there's a Give Send Go, I think it is. There's a fundraiser in place for him.
Go get Jonna.
Yeah, you can get Jonna, or I can just pop over here. So I'm going to move over just in case. But I want my soda. My minor vice in the world. So, and speaking of chickens, while we're on the chicken topic, I have chicken nuggets in my kitchen at home. In a big box that the cats have been intensely curious about. I brought home 6 chicks yesterday, and they're cute. I went out yesterday and I picked up chicks.
She picked up.
I've been picking up chicks for years, and I never got
I
a.
say, hello.
And then I brought them by and introduced them to Jonna because
Well, and she arrived at the perfect time because it's like paperwork, fill out paperwork.
yes,
So
yes,
I would like to have a moment of silence.
yes.
Yes. So
So,
observe.
a very elderly Mac.
2008. This Mac actually has had quite an adventuresome life.
Yes.
I used it while I was teaching high school, which was an adventure in and of itself. And then it got stolen out of my car, and then went on an adventure. And I had my little find your computer thing set up so I could lock my computer down. And I had "You Asshole, I Know Where You Are" appear across the screen. And for 3 weeks it was gone, and I got insurance replacement and all that stuff and everything. And then it got discovered. And apparently the guy who stole it signed on to the thing before he hooked up to the internet. And then he hooked up to the internet and it hadn't quite found it yet.
Uh-huh.
And he had signed on to a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh boy.
So when I got it back from the police department, it had all of his sign-ins on it.
Oh no.
So I gave it to one of my geek kids at the school who very merrily went through and changed every single password he could find and signed him up for all kinds of stuff, and including, knitting world magazines and stuff like 300 magazines.
See, that's a lot more nice than I think I would have been.
Well, I mean, the guy ended up getting charged for grand theft anyway, but
Yeah.
but
Okay.
still, I mean, his complete online life got wrecked, And then it went with me to Dickens Fair and got hurt in a flood.
Floods are usually
Well,
death for a computer.
I had it
so.
sitting like this, and when I picked it up and put it on the bed from the floor, it all went in the thing. So, and then we got that all taken care of, and then I got a new one, and it has been relegated to being just the way I connect my printer, my label printer, to the internet for the last couple of years. It's been kind of a sad sort of retirement home kind of thing for it. So I'm trying to think of interesting ways I can actually retire this, because there's nothing on it. I mean, maybe
Kermit suggesting give it a range trip send off.
that's what I was thinking. It could go to the range. I mean, it could die a noble death helping people improve their aim or something. But I think it's lived a noble life.
And Jesse says shotgun.
Shotgun. What do you think?
No. I mean, I think to start off would be like who can put another bite in the apple there.
Anyway, so
So,
that
someone
was.
asked about the breeds of the chickens.
Oh yes.
I went to
So
Atwood's to ask when they were getting chicks, and I walked in and I could hear them beep, 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 beep. So I went back and looked, and there was not a lot of options. So what I wound up with are 3 Rhode Island red pullets, can't say that for some reason, and 3 ideal 236 pullets, which I'm like, who names a chicken? It sounds like a robot name.
They had mullets. Do you have pullet mullets?
So that's 6 hens, which is actually more than I can have at my house if they all survive.
If they
I
survive.
bought 6 knowing that the odds are high that more than one of them will
Well, the first thing I
kick the
said to
bucket
her
because
is,
that's what chickens do.
Mhm.
I appreciate fresh chicken in the kitchen,
But that's a little
but that's
too
a
fresh.
little too. They're a little on the small side.
Not very meaty. So But they were cute.
They are very cute. And the upside is that I have a friend who will take any excess hens if should they all 6 survive, because I can't keep all 6 of them. I have 3 laying hens that she actually gave me, which are all laying blue eggs.
Ah, that's
or
kinda
green.
cool.
They're kind of
That's
greenish
cool
blue.
though.
So I'll know when the new chickens start to lay because they will be laying brown eggs and white eggs. So then I'll have green, brown, and blue eggs, which will be kind of fun to put in an egg carton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad and I used to collect heritage breeds specifically because we were trying to get a rainbow of eggs,
I like that.
because the prices you can charge for a curated artistic dozen eggs at the farmer's market. Oh yeah.
Artisanal eggs.
Yeah, well, and this was, I mean,
Your little
this has
chickens
been
wear
like
berets.
15 years.
Little artistic berets when they're laying those eggs.
You know, our chickens back then, we had kind of sort of free range chickens. They couldn't be free range because then the predators would just mow through them and we'd have no chickens. But we had chickens that were actually pets enough that my son, who was a toddler at the time, would walk around packing my biggest rooster around in his arms. And that rooster was like the best rooster ever
like,
because he was
okay.
just,
Whatever.
yeah, he was just chill.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have the space anymore. Otherwise, I would definitely collect a whole bunch of different kinds of chickens because I love the heritage breeds and I love all
She's
the
a
different colors.
Chicken curator.
No.
No, I don't have the space, and we live in town, so I'm only allowed 6 chickens, no roosters at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, you
I
can
have-
have them identify as ducks. So that's not a chicken. That's a
No.
duck.
No,
All right, what's wrong
really
with
noisy
you?
duck.
It's a really noisy duck.
it's a bird sanctuary city. Have them identify as doves.
They're doves.
Oh,
They're all
oh,
doves.
Yes,
Every single one of them. They're all doves.
birds of peace. We can't do anything to those, can we now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, doves.
Yeah, you know what the nice thing is? We have a new feral cat that moved into our backyard.
Nice.
So all the mourning doves are gone, which is a glorious thing because
we have. So the neighbors behind us, across the alley from us, have 2 male cats that are mostly outdoors. I think she tries to keep them in the house at night, but I don't think she's very successful with it. So the black one is named Smeagol, and the gray tabby is called Baggins. And they are very nice kitty cats, and we have watched them catch doves.
yes,
We like Baggins and Smeagol on
Yes.
patrol.
yes, I likes them. I likes them a lot. Now it's been nice to get rid of them because it's like having your people have not experienced this in decades, but having your record player stuck and keeps going. They sing. It's like learn a new song, will you?
I
It's just
like
boring.
we have nesting mockingbirds. And the
Oh, yeah.
mockingbirds
Yeah,
are
those are
fun
lovely.
because they are the definition of learn a new song, and
Yeah.
they learn them all the time, and then they do riffs on them like jazz musicians, and they're fun.
We
That is
should also
brilliant.
point out that despite the 2 boys that consider our yard their yard our yard theirs,
Well, yeah.
despite them, we seem to be stray cat central for our block. All the cats want to go through our yard.
Well,
I
why
think
not?
that's just cats. I mean, they do the whole roving
They have a
thing.
roving thing. Yeah, my
So-
backyard is like everyone goes there to hang out during the day. It's sort of like the blanket fort for cats in my backyard.
You've got all that shade from that big.
Got all the
pond.
shade. I've got a lot of squirrels. I have a lot of birds. I have a red cardinal that hangs out by my bedroom window, and he is so brilliantly red.
Yes, I
He's
love the
just
cardinals.
stunning.
The squirrel. I'm making the face because of the squirrels.
Squirrels.
Because our squirrels found their way into our attic.
Yeah, we've had that problem.
And I
too.
am methodically working my way through different ways to eliminate squirrels,
Mhm.
and have not yet found the magic bullet because I can't actually go up there and shoot the daggone things.
The
No,
410 might work.
What's that?
just throw a cat in the attic for a while. See what happens.
I don't necessarily want to do.
I know,
that.
that's not
I'm
really
afraid
fair
I
to the
might not
cat,
get her
but-
back.
Mhm. I don't know.
Okay.
Toast gets bored, you know.
Toast hunts all the bugs that come in the house. We have lots of geckos outside of the house, but I've only ever seen a gecko in the house twice because I'm pretty sure that small lizard versus cat is not a fair fight.
Probably lost that. That's the thing I haven't seen this year is geckos. So normally I have them all over my windows, but I haven't had many geckos. Of course, considering how many birds and cats and squirrels I
I
have,
was
it's
gonna
not
say,
surprising.
Yeah.
So I thoroughly expect to find. Well, and we have raccoons too. So
That squirrel cannot climb up and into the soffit, farm girl.
Is it a roly-poly one?
Her squirrel, SQRL, is a dog
Oh, okay, never mind.
whose nose would be about level with Hamilton right now.
Okay, maybe not.
Ooh, rat shot. That's a thought. We will
Oh,
have
yeah.
to think about rat
Or
shot.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would work.
I'm still not sure about letting that off in my attic, but I
Well,
mean,
you know, I don't know. And come climb around my attic next. So
oh no. Well, at least you have a landlord you can call.
You-
I'm on the
you
hook
would
for
think.
mine.
You would think that I had a landlord I could call, but somehow they just never show up. Which I don't mind so much because they don't bother us at all or raise the rent or do anything. So we're like, okay, we'll just figure it out. So
Yeah.
yeah. So not so much fun.
No. I mean, I like the fact that I own a house nominally, because we still own the bank a lot.
Oh, that.
But it does have its downsides as well sometimes.
Yeah. I will
So,
say I'm enjoying the fact that I do not own the house and I don't. I mean, if something serious happens, they do show up. Like a tree in the front yard falls and completely blocks the road. And we're like, "Hello, come take care of this."
right.
I like that part. So that part appeals to me. And
I'm not sure I want snakes in my attic either, Johnny.
Yeah, maybe not. So
No, not
yeah.
especially not one's big enough to actually tackle a squirrel. That's a lot of snake.
It's a lot of snake.
All of Dawn's dogs, all 3 of them are half quarter horse. This is true. I haven't yet met squirrel, but I know moose and Bert both, and yes, they are part horse.
Oh man.
Can we go see Don?
Rat dogs. Ooh, that's an idea. I should borrow Mochi from Rita and Ian.
Mochi and like up in the ceiling you go. So oh man.
Rival with coffee.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
No, it is the chicks. Getting the chicks yesterday was unexpected. I wound up making 3 trips to the store.
3.
Well, I went first because I was just going to ask, when are
Of
you
course.
getting chicks?
Yes.
I wasn't ready for them at that moment.
I see
So
how the story goes.
I
Yes.
ran all of the other errands, and then the last errand was to pick up the chicks, and food. And then I get home and I'm setting up a brooder box for them.
Well, yeah.
And they, at this age, they must have a heat lamp or a heat source of some kind, because even keeping them in the house, which I will be doing for the next week or maybe 2 weeks, it's not warm enough for baby chicks.
Yeah.
So my heat lamp was busted. So I had to go back to get a heat lamp.
Back and forth and back and forth.
So not
And
chicks,
back and forth.
chicks from Atwoods.
Yeah.
Tractor Supply was my second, but Atwoods is more convenient for us. Tractor Supply is in a weird part of town, or I can go to the other town up the road for Tractor Supply. So Atwoods is really convenient for us. It's like easy to stop in on my way somewhere else.
It's so near the bookstore.
Yes, well,
It's in
I
the
mean,
same neighborhood as the bookstore.
but yes, like any good home project, it did indeed require 3 trips.
Of course it does.
So, and I bought hardware cloth and then didn't use it. I used chicken wire to make a lid for the brooder box, because the chicks, aka chicken nuggets, are in the house with 2 cats.
2 cats.
Who
With a
are
very
very
active young
interested.
cat who's like, well, you just brought them some kitty TV. You know?
Yes.
They're like,
Yes. Well, not only kitty TV, because Gidget is not interested in cat TV.
Yeah,
However, there is a heat lamp in the kitchen now.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
So Gidget has been lingering suspiciously close to the warm side of the brooder box.
Because it's warm.
Yes.
This makes sense.
Well, and I have on order, and it will undoubtedly become a cat thing after it's been a chicken thing. I have a brooder mat ordered, because they're safer and easier to use. They're better
The ones you like
controlled.
plug into the wall.
It's a heating mat that you put underneath the brooder box.
You can also put it under your feet on a cold floor.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm going to guess that once the cats figure this out,
they're going to be on it all the time.
we will have brooder box with a cat cuddled up as close to it as I can get.
Yes, just I snuggle onto this thing. I got one of those for Tim, for his feet, and
Yep.
his dog is like, I don't know who you got that for. That's mine. So she loves it. So
Yet Todd, Grandma used to get chicks 100 at a time. So did my mom, and so did I at one point. Most of our chicks, we got mail order because we liked heritage breeds. So we would order from Murray McMurray, which is one of the better known chicken hatcheries. And they have all the kinds of chickens, everything you can imagine, and then some. So we always did Murray McMurray orders, and they would come in the mail. Unlike with the bees, we didn't usually get a panicked call from the postmistress at dark 30 in the morning saying, "Greg, come get your humming boxes. They're on the loading dock outside."
Come get 'em. Oh my goodness, I love that.
But with the chicks, they ship them, and normally you have a really decent survival rate with chicks being shipped. But you have a minimum order, which is why I did not do that this time. I'm limited to what breeds were available at the local stores, but I also don't have to worry about what the heck am I doing with 25 chicks, because I can't keep that many, and I'm really not a fan of chicken butchering. I've done a lot of it.
I'm not a fan of that
see, again,
either.
Incubating 100 chicks at a time. Most of them were meat birds.
Yes.
So the whole thing with incubating 50 or 100 chicks is it's a whole different picture than just incubating 6.
Yes.
So now I'm having to relearn some things.
Yes. Not quite so complex.
Yeah. I just
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100 chicks is loud.
100 chicks is loud and extremely dirty. I mean,
Yes.
Okay, 6 chicks is sort of loud when you have a quiet household.
Yeah.
I know one of them. So the how you can tell a chick is in distress is they start to yell.
Mhm.
And I mean, you can be amazed at this 1 ounce little feather ball.
Yes.
Fluff ball, because there aren't even feathers.
Yes.
They
got
can
some lungs.
Scream at the top of their
They're
lungs.
like Martina McBride or Pat Benatar. I mean, you should name them by the ones that scream. You know, oh look, it's Benatar going off again. So
And
More like the Ramones and the Sex Pistols.
right, 5 chords, no waiting.
So if you've got screaming chicks, something is wrong. And usually that is they're either too
That's
hot
kind of a
or
metaphor
too
for
cold.
life.
It
I mean,
is.
it really is.
Babies are the same way.
Screaming chicks, too hot, too cold. It works. I mean, you know, right?
So it's a distress signal, and I'm cued in enough to when somebody yells, I go look to see, okay, what's going on here. I have 1 chick out of the 6, and I can't tell which one it is, that apparently just shrieks for no reason at all. I get up and I go in there and I look down and they look up at me and I'm like, which one of you is yelling? And they're like, wasn't me.
It's her. You showed up.
It's a lot like children.
Yes, toddlers.
Yes.
Screaming for no reason. I mean, it's just, yes.
Just for attention.
Oh man, I'm reminded of I was a teenage chicken picker. And not picking feathers. It was I actually worked in the Foster Farms barns, clearing barns of chickens before they actually made machines that do it.
That's a nasty job.
It's a horrible job. I did it all one summer where you just go in at night and you get 3 in one hand and 3 in the other and pick them up and they spew chicken shit everywhere and throw them into the boxes and you just keep going until the barn's clear. So
Yep.
It's the best argument ever for finishing my education.
Cedar says we can't have a puppy because with my health, and she doesn't want to have to take care of it while it gets trained. Yet she brings cats into the house and she brings chickens into the house.
Okay, the chickens are temporary.
I'll tell you something. Cats and chickens are 100 times easier than a puppy.
I don't have to worry about trying to house train the chickens. It's not possible.
No.
The chickens will live inside until I think they're warm enough to be moved to the garage to finish their brooding.
Dogs are toddlers no matter how old they are.
Hi, Joel.
Yeah, so.
Joel. Dogs are perpetual toddlers without thumbs.
Yes, they are.
Thank God they don't have thumbs. Think of how Trixie would have been if she had thumbs.
Good Lord.
I've known some cats with thumbs.
Yeah, me too.
They were, about as
the
dangerous.
Polydactyls.
Oh, yeah. I love polydactyls.
The coolest thing ever.
So.
Guess they're great big paws.
Yeah.
Sort of like Great Danes in cat, because the giant feet.
Yes.
Thing.
Yes.
They're kind of cute when they're out in the snow.
I've never kept a Great Dane.
Yeah.
I used to bike past a farm, mostly an orchard, and they had 2 dogs. They had a Great Dane and an Australian Shepherd collie thing. It wasn't a purebred Australian Shepherd. And I would bicycle past, and both dogs would chase me. And I would pedal harder. because I wasn't worried about the Great Dane because he would run after me for about 15
He's like,
seconds
okay, I'm done.
and be like, I'm tired. Bye. Have fun.
That's too much.
The
work.
Australian Shepherd, on the other hand.
Yes, they've been active. Have you met John's Great Dane?
I have not yet.
Oh my God, he's a silver blue, and he's a puppy that weighs 170 pounds.
Yes.
You know, and his nose is right.
All Great Danes are puppies.
Yes, but
If
his
a Great Dane
nose
chases you,
is like right at
Cleavage
level. It's like you could not drool in there. You were not the right species. Sorry, just like back off. No, he's the most beautiful dog.
Yeah.
He's
if
just
a Great
gorgeous.
Dane chases you, let it catch you because all it's going to do is lick you.
Yeah.
No, because it wants to sit on you because they think they're lap
They're
dogs.
lap dogs.
And they
There is
usually
that.
weigh more than you do.
Yes. I mean, no, but
So
he's
run
a
away.
great dog. He's a beautiful dog.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
very large dogs are. They
Yeah.
don't live long.
No, they don't. I
No,
always
they-
wanted
8 or 9
Irish
years.
wolfhounds.
Yeah, and they
I have a
live like
thing for Irish wolfhounds.
8 or 9 years.
If that, I mean, they're
poor
very
things.
elderly at 8. So
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Well, the really bad
That's
thing is
rough.
they got arthritis by the time they're 7.
Yeah, it's hard on
If
them.
not
So
sooner than
I mean,
that.
they just.
hip dysplasia.
But yes, so
Yeah.
you've been collecting chicks, which I think
I
this
have
is-
been collecting chicks.
You need a sign that's a shirt that
I pick up
says
chicks.
chick collector.
Oh,
I did it for years.
So-
Nobody ever awarded me a shirt.
Yeah, well,
Todd, I will remind him.
Todd.
Todd is asking me to remind Ian to fill out the FinCon survey.
Oh,
Yes, I will remind him.
yeah.
He needs reminding.
First he's got to do some paperwork for me. But at the time when I
So
had
basically, what I'm hearing is we're going to tie him to a chair and
Yes.
leave one hand free for signing things.
So what I'll do is I'll just stand on one of his feet because I'm not a small woman and it's hard to get away from me when I do that. And then I'll get my paperwork done. And while I'm holding him down, we can get the survey done. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I went out running errands yesterday. I wound up running all of the errands, even ones I didn't know I was supposed to run when I left the house. And
Isn't it always like that though?
in the course of it, I came to regret not having taken the truck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
own a small SUV, and it's only nominally an SUV and not like a hatchback thingy. A Hyundai Venue, if any of you know what that is.
That's not.
And I wound
Okay.
up choosing not to buy bales of chicken bedding
No.
because I can get one in the car, but only if I'm not putting anything else in there. And I didn't buy tea steaks, the 6.5 foot ones, and and I did buy a tree and managed to kind of curl it over and wedge it in the car because it didn't occur to me when I saw it and I went, "Ooh,
Sanford.
that's the one I need."
Sanford, this is your hint. When she's about to go run the errands, hide the keys to the truck. If you don't want more stuff coming home, just hide the keys to the truck.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
I'm done with the trees. This is this
Can
is
we
That's
write
like
that
she
down?
says every time she buys a tree.
Okay, now we're going to have you write this down, and we're going to put it on the calendar on a sticky note and circle it in red.
this was
She
This is
says
to
I'm done
replace
with
the-
trees every time she buys a tree.
Right.
this
Well,
is
but
to
it's such a
replace one
pretty
that
tree.
died,
Of course.
and it's a pollinator for another
It's
one.
okay. We understand. We understand your
I
plant
have to have
addiction.
both of them.
We know you need to go to plant AA. It's fine. We're aware.
Some trees comes in males and females, and you need both
You
to
need
get
both
babies,
parts.
which are fruits.
Which means she wants more trees. So
I don't have room. I'm at the point where I haven't got more room for trees.
If you get
So now I'm buying vines instead.
if you get more trees, make sure they're citrus.
Yes.
Yeah.
The citrus trees is a whole other conversation because
yes.
at this point, if we want more citrus, I'm going to have to build him the orangery that he's been asking for.
Well, I don't see a problem with that. I think that's a really good idea.
I'm not that good of a carpenter.
But I mean, that porch could be that could be so beautiful
Well,
right there.
no, I was thinking we get rid of the chickens.
Oh yeah, that's not going to fly.
It's too small.
No pun intended. But
The chicken coop is
it's
only
too small.
it's meant for a hot tub. We turned it into a chicken coop.
Oh,
It'll fit 6 chickens, but it's too small for the level
Oh,
of citrus.
the
you want.
outside sitting area that we never use.
Yeah,
Yes.
turn that into the orangery. That'd be beautiful. That'd be a great addition, and it's got good light there. It'd be a good spot for it. So
And it's
It would.
it's
It would.
definitely tall enough and
Yeah.
big enough.
yes.
Nancy Sanford has discovered what a Meyer lemon ripened on the tree
Oh,
tastes like.
they're so much better.
And there is a reason that he is pleading for more citrus. I
Yes.
currently have 1 lemon the Meyer lemon last year it set 5 fruit, and this year it set 1. It's still very young, and it's in a pot. So
Yeah.
Mm.
But still.
But he
So
got to eat
amazing.
Meyer lemons last year. So something I had to look up.
They're different.
They are a orange and lemon cross.
Yes.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So citrus will cross at the drop of a hat, much like humans. If there's an availability of having progeny with another,
What you're saying is Meyer
doesn't
lemons
matter.
are total sluts.
Oh yes,
Yes. Okay.
they're the product of turtle sluts. So we're going all kinds of interesting places today.
Well, I mean, why not? So it's that kind of day. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I cannot take in orange trees from outside of the state. Texas is under a strict quarantine when it comes to citrus for very good reason.
Yeah, they have serious issues with it.
Because both Florida and California have major problems with a disease called citrus greening. And we do not yet have it in Texas, and we would like to not have it. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get citrus, I have to buy it here in Texas, and it's born and bred here in Texas.
I can smuggle the place we stay for Dickens
Mhm.
has a huge Meyer lemon tree in the backyard.
Yeah,
and it's always covered. So we're like eating lemon everything.
So
I just like put a whole bunch in, just bring them home to you.
Well, I mean the fruit, sure.
Yeah, but I won't bring the
there's
tree.
2 reasons that I can't grow them from seed. One, citrus hybridize with everything. So
just
God
to
knows
eat.
what you're going to
So
get.
just to use.
Yes, to use, please. And the other reason is that citrus grown from seed can take up to 10 years to reach maturity. Whereas a citrus that's grafted.
I was going to say, I've raised a kid already. I'm not waiting that long.
Right.
So
Grafted citrus.
I don't have that long.
Much longer, much faster. I mean, only like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
I'm probably going to wind up making a trip down to South Texas to get some of the really interesting citrus.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want kumquats. I want a limequat.
Mm-hmm.
I want yuzu. Yuzu are actually hardy enough.
You want a yard full of odds.
Ground.
You want a yard full of odds is what you want. So
always.
Not that we're not in a yard full of odds already.
Well, I want more satsumas.
Oh, satsumas. There's a guy at Dickens Fair who runs around and gives everybody satsumas in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Each gives us 2 so we can get through the day at Dickens Fair. And, oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love those.
I love the citrus. I've never lived anywhere I could grow them in the ground before.
Oh, nice.
And there are a few varieties of citrus that are hardy enough that we can grow them here. So I've got one so far that's planted in ground. And my goal is to acquire some more, but it's going to require creative sourcing because I can't just order them online.
No.
So
while you're at it, find me a grapefruit. There's nothing like pulling a grapefruit off the tree and peeling it.
You're not
okay.
wrong.
Uzu and yuzu are 2 different things. If I planted an uzu tree, my husband would divorce me.
No, we'd sell it.
Yuzu is spelled Y-U-Z-U, and it's actually very, very tart and can be even bitter. It's more used for the fragrance of its peel, but I love using lemon peel in baking, so I have absolutely no qualms about being able to use the yuzu fruit, even if I can't. It's not something you're just going to peel and eat. Yeah.
Let me say my name is David Brin and say, bet me.
Oh, man.
Well,
did you guys talk about Spyglass Darkly at all?
We talked a little bit about Spyglass Darkly, but I'm not sure if it was at the beginning of the thing or even before the thing. Because Ian and I were ranting about covers.
You were ranting about covers, which was very amusing.
That was before the stream, so none of y'all heard that, which is
Yes.
good because I said stuff I wouldn't necessarily say in public because it was unkind.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to be kind when I say things.
Well, we should say nice things because I will say
things.
The cover for Through a Spyglass Darkly, courtesy of, is absolutely stunning. This book is great. It just went open for pre-order. It's,
Yeah.
Scott Huggins.
So designing the cover for this one, I put a lot of thought into it.
It was fun to watch that process.
Because the book is so it's close enough to a dark fantasy romance that we can actually lean into marketing it that way, even though the romance happens after they get married. because it's one of those. And I love these stories. I love
Yeah.
this as a theme, which
It's
is
such
the whole,
a great story.
they get married for, in this case, it's a political alliance, and then they fall in love, and they
Yes.
build the love story, and then it gets snatched away from them, and then you have to read the rest of the novel to see what happens.
Yes.
But so it's the dark fantasy because the main character is half Gorgon.
Mhm.
So she's basically turning men to stone with her gaze.
Mhm.
So the illustration comes from the very beginning of the book, where she arrives to basically propose marriage to the king, heavily veiled so that her eyes can't be seen and turn people to stone, or that she can't like accidentally petrify someone.
Oops.
So the cover is basically the veiled woman with her snake hair peering out through the
It's
edges of it.
Great.
And it was just a lot of fun to do. And I think it really encapsulates the beginning of that story.
It's also the first book we have that has maps in it.
Yes,
So,
that was, I had to learn how to do maps.
Cartography 101. So, wow, it came out so beautiful, though. It's
Oh,
on our
it's-
Substack. We have the map up.
Yeah,
Is
the map is.
it's just
is-
beautiful. So,
But you should buy the book. Pre-order the book.
it just opened. Pre-order's just open. And he's
yeah.
let us know it's definitely got a sequel coming. So.
Oh, good. Well, I asked him. When I'm
Yeah.
doing the cover, I was like, "Hey, Scott, is this a series? Do I need to put that on the cover?" And he's like, yeah, sure, it's a series." And I'm like, "Yes."
Well, he's like, there's more story here. There's a lot more story here. So, in this
the
world,
title of this book is called "Through a Spyglass Darkly"
Mhm.
by G. Scott Huggins.
Yep.
And we get excited about all our books, you know that.
Yeah.
But this one's just special to me because, first of all, I had a lot of fun with the cover, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
he has another series out that is basically a dark fantasy riff on James Herriot, the veterinarian.
Yes.
And I love those books so much. So when he came to us with a novel, I was like, "Yes, please. Yes, yes."
Well,
yes,
yeah,
I'm
he came
taking
to
that."
the breakfast at Liberty Town and went,
Yeah.
"So Ian, I've got this book," and we're like, "Okay," and like it's like, "Here's the email." It appears like 30
Yeah,
seconds later.
Yeah.
It was really kind of fun, and then we got to reading it. And we're like, "Wow, okay," so because it's amazing.
Right. So if I could go 10,000 feet up and look down in a fantasy land,
I don't know if you can see it. But
that would be interesting. Oh, it's maybe too shiny.
it's too
to be
shiny,
seen.
too shiny, but you can sort of see.
There's a teaser, y'all.
Anyway,
so you can
but
see what
that's-
I did.
And you're in that neighborhood. That's what it looks like. So
Well, and the fun thing about doing covers, and this is what I was ranting at Ian about before the live stream started, and we've run out of time. So I don't know
okay,
if I
finish
can
your story and let's go.
finish my story. The fun thing about doing covers is that the covers have to sell the story,
Mhm.
but also I can put so much underlying meaning and weight into the cover. Like the cover that I
Yeah.
did for T.C. Ross's
Oh, I
book
love that one too.
is classic old school fantasy.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily an accurate portrayal of, like, the gemstones are not that huge in her story and the monster isn't that huge in her story, but I wanted to encapsulate the story on the cover, and I wanted people to look at it and go, "Ooh, I remember reading books like that and they were good."
Mhm.
And because it's a good story, the novel backs up the promise I made with the cover. So yeah.
Ooh, Tiffany, you're on here.
That's
Tiffany,
what
you
I
owe
was
me-
talking about.
I was gonna say,
Tiffany's.
Tiffany, you owe me an email to tell me where you're
So,
at. So
T.C. Ross's novel Blood Diamonds
oh,
is
such a
already
good
out
story.
and available for you to buy. If you haven't already, you should go do that.
Yes.
Also having a sequel.
Yeah, which I was just like, oh, Tiffany, it's the 15th. So,
And on that note,
we should run away.
we should run away because it's that time.
Yep.
I
I have to go back to year-end royalty reports. And
I
Yes,
need to
uh,
go home and check on the chicks and make sure that the wire lid that I made for their brooder has held and the cats are not hanging out in there with them.
not having mullet
Self-mobile
chips.
play toys.
Yes. Running about, screaming. So,
All right,
okay.
so we'll see you all on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Jim should
Oh,
be back with us.
my child will be here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's gosh.
Yeah, I
time has
know.
just flown this-
Believe me,
this
I
month.
know.
This month has just been crazy.
January has been going, it's like 1099s, end of year, some taxes. So,
Yep. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so next time we're doing this, you can actually get notified that
Yeah,
it's happening.
there you go.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Ta.
Be good.
Oh, but why? Oh, man.